Sometimes, the American coastline feels like a lottery. One beach town makes you fall in love, while another makes you want to leave in a hurry. The same stretch of shoreline can shift dramatically just by moving a few miles, from calm white sand to storm-battered coast, or from a warm, artsy beach town to a stretch lined with rundown buildings. There are beaches people visit once and immediately start house hunting, and others where tourists keep checking their watches, counting the minutes to check out. Let's take a closer look at some of the worst beach towns in the US that don't quite live up to the coastal dream. Long Beach in Mississippi might look like a quiet, peaceful seaside town. Its soft sand touches the Gulf of Mexico, beachfront homes line the coast, and everything seems calm and far from the rush of city life. But that calm hides a number of challenges that land this town in the problem beach category. Sitting along the Gulf Coast, Long Beach is extremely vulnerable to tropical storms and storm surge flooding during hurricane season. The coastline history in Mississippi shows that towns like Long Beach often face beach erosion and infrastructure damage after major storms, meaning the ocean, shoreline, and beach facilities can look very different from one season to the next. Looking back, Hurricane Katrina in 2005 nearly wiped out the entire beachfront. Buildings were reduced to foundations, and some areas took years to recover. From Long Beach, we head north to a quick getaway spot for New York City locals. On the surface, Rockaway Beach looks promising. Long stretches of sand, surfable waves, and a bustling boardwalk. But a closer look reveals some serious concerns that keep it far from being an ideal beach destination. First issue, water quality. Being so close to dense urban areas, Rockaway often gets hit with stormwater runoff after heavy rains, leading to temporary warnings about unsafe water conditions in some parts. It's very weather dependent and far from consistent. Second problem, erosion and storm damage. Rockaway was one of the hardest hit areas during Hurricane Sandy in 2012. The boardwalk was destroyed, homes were flooded, and the shoreline itself was reshaped. Seaside Heights carries a story that's more emotional than just summer crowds. This beach town still bears the scars of Hurricane Sandy in 2012, one of the most devastating storms to ever strike the East Coast. Massive waves smashed through the town. The boardwalk was shredded, rides were swept into the sea, kiosks were flattened, and countless homes were severely damaged. The image of a roller coaster submerged in salt water became an iconic symbol of Sandy's destruction in New Jersey. Since then, Seaside Heights has been rebuilt, but the memory of that storm still lingers. Add to that its reputation as a rowdy party town, with seasonal issues like litter, late-night noise, and safety concerns, and you get a beach that's not always as fun as it looks. Our next stop brings us to New London, a port town along the northeastern coast of the US. On paper, it sounds appealing. There's a beach, water access via the river, and that classic small-town New England charm. But for those searching for the perfect beach experience, New London raises a few red flags that keep it from being easily labeled as a hidden gem. Historically, New London has been known as a port and industrial city. With constant shipping traffic at the river's mouth and along the coast, the town faces its fair share of challenges. Water quality can shift depending on the weather and nearby industrial activity, meaning the ocean isn't always clean enough for swimming or recreation. Beyond that, during certain periods, the port-driven economy tends to create social and economic fluctuations, sometimes impacting safety, poverty levels, and overall community stability. Next, we land in Corpus Christi, a city that, from afar, looks like a picture-perfect postcard. Blue water, clean marinas, and rows of beachfront hotels. But once your feet hit the ground, you'll find that Corpus Christi's story is much more complex than calm waves and pretty views. This isn't your typical laid-back beach town. This is a heavy industry city that just happens to have a beach. Behind the sandy shores, Corpus Christi is home to a massive port, oil refineries, and constant tanker traffic. That mix creates frequent issues with air pollution and inconsistent water quality, an ironic twist for a city that markets life by the sea. And that's not all. The extreme weather patterns of the Gulf of Mexico can roll in at any time, bringing even more unpredictability. Mississippi doesn't just have Long Beach. Gulfport is another port city along the Gulf of Mexico that tells a similar story. From a distance, Gulfport has its charm, a coastal skyline, a working harbor, and peaceful ocean views. But behind that picture lies a history and set of challenges that land it firmly on the list of problem beaches. One major issue is its vulnerability to natural disasters. Gulfport and much of the Gulf Coast are regularly battered by tropical storms and high winds, making many areas prone to flooding and structural damage during hurricane season. And this isn't just about disrupted tourism, it's a real issue of environmental instability, fragile infrastructure, homes, and public facilities that can be severely impacted. On top of that, the city's crime statistics aren't encouraging either. Property crimes like theft and break-ins are fairly common, making it hard to call Gulfport a safe and peaceful beach town in many of its neighborhoods. After leaving behind Gulfport and its stormy shadows, our journey takes a turn toward Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, a beach town that, from a distance, looks like the perfect vacation package. Souvenir shop lights, rides, tall hotels, all seem to say, "Come on, let's have fun." But spend a day or two longer, and you'll start to realize Myrtle Beach isn't just a crowded beach town. It's a town that can feel too crowded for its own good. During holiday seasons, the number of tourists can far exceed the local population, and that's when the problems start. Pickpocketing, car theft, loud late-night chaos. Issues often shared on local forums. In 2024, Myrtle Beach had a violent crime rate of around 1,111.6 per 100,000 people. Meanwhile, property crime, including theft, robbery, and vehicle break-ins, was reported at roughly 5,684 per 100,000. Galveston, Texas, a coastal town that looks calm from afar, but carries a heavy history and tough challenges. Back on September 8, 1900, Galveston was hit by a catastrophic storm with massive winds and a natural tsunami-like storm surge over 4 to 5 meters high, swallowing the entire island. As you enter the town, you can feel the marks left behind by past storms. Galveston ranks among the highest risk areas for natural disasters along the U.S. coast. Hurricanes and tidal flooding here aren't just possibilities. They're part of everyday life for locals. Water quality also varies frequently, affected by industrial runoff and changing weather patterns. Daytona Beach, another coastal city full of promise, but also home to its own set of issues. From afar, it looks like a dream vacation spot. Long sandy beaches, waves rolling in, and a big sign welcoming visitors. But as you get closer, you start to sense another side, a liveliness that feels fragile once you look beneath the surface. Daytona is known for its events: Bike Week, Spring Break, racing weekends. But high tourist traffic often goes hand in hand with rising crime, especially theft and late-night incidents. On top of that, there's an overlooked natural risk. The ocean here is known for strong rip currents, unpredictable waves, and dangerous swimming conditions, making what looks like a perfect beach day potentially very hazardous. Atlantic City feels like a faded travel poster. From a distance, the casino lights still shimmer, the boardwalk stays busy, and the Atlantic waves keep sparkling under the sun. But take just a few steps beyond the resort areas, and you'll start to see a different story, one that doesn't show up in the brochures. Reality here hits harder. According to the latest FBI UCR data, property crime in Atlantic City reached around 6,263 per 100,000 residents, the highest among cities in New Jersey. And it doesn't stop there. The violent crime rate was also high, estimated at about 1,780 per 100,000 in 2024. Many reports point out that areas outside the tourist zones tend to be riskier, especially after dark. Add to that the presence of abandoned buildings and worn-down blocks, and the city begins to feel like it's split in two worlds, one full of entertainment and one weighed down by social struggles. Luckily, America's coastline still has its remedies. In this next part, we're diving into the beach towns that are actually worth living in and revisiting over and over. We're talking about safety, quality of life, clean beaches, a stable local economy, solid public services, and a real sense of community. Some are calm, with crystal clear waters, others are packed with surfing spots and summer festivals, and a few offer a relaxed lifestyle without giving up modern comforts. Traverse City, Michigan, a beach town that makes you forget you're not on the ocean, but on the shores of Lake Michigan. This place has a laid-back Midwest charm, but once you reach the waterfront, it hits you with full vacation energy. The shoreline is wide, the water is crystal clear, and the sunsets? Calm but stunning, like a postcard brought to life. Traverse City is also known as the cherry capital of the world, so just imagine the sweet aroma of cherries from nearby orchards mixing with cool lake air, plus rows of local wineries that make the area feel classy without being pretentious. Summer here means festivals, paddleboarding, casual sailing, and that family vacation meets Gen Z cool vibe. What makes it even better is how the city balances tourism with conservation. The beaches stay clean, the environment is protected, and the whole atmosphere feels natural and cared for. If Traverse City brought calm, freshwater vibes, Cape May, New Jersey is the next chapter. A shift from relaxed Midwest lakes to classic East Coast elegance. This town feels like the natural progression in a journey through America's best beach spots. From peaceful inland waters to Atlantic waves that have drawn travelers for generations. Cape May is known as the oldest seaside resort in America, and you feel that history the moment you see the row of graceful Victorian houses still standing tall. The beach is clean, the town is tidy, and the atmosphere is refined, but never over the top. What sets Cape May apart from other East Coast beaches? Dolphins are often spotted close to shore, and during migration season, whale watching becomes a highlight. It makes Cape May not just a place to relax, but a vibrant, ecologically rich destination. If Cape May offered Victorian charm with a nostalgic feel, Hilton Head Island in South Carolina brings a more modern, refined take. like the premium version of the American beach town. It's a perfect shift, from historic coastal streets to a curated island resort that delivers comfort without losing its connection to nature. Hilton Head is known as one of the cleanest and best-maintained beaches in the U.S., with 12 miles of smooth shoreline, ideal for long walks or bike rides, especially since much of the island is designed to be pedestrian-friendly. One unique feature: the island intentionally keeps artificial lighting low, especially during sea turtle nesting season. Hotel lights are dimmed or redirected so hatchlings can safely find their way back to the ocean. On top of that, Hilton Head is a golfer's paradise, with over 20 championship golf courses, helping the island earn repeated spots on Travel Plus Leisure's Best Island in the U.S. list. After enjoying the calm of Hilton Head's resorts and pristine beaches, we head west to Santa Monica, California, where beach vibes, city life, and urban energy blend seamlessly. Santa Monica feels like a bridge between the buzz of a major city and the peaceful pull of the ocean. You can breathe in the salty sea air without leaving behind modern comforts. The beach is wide, the sand is soft, and the open Pacific Ocean offers dramatic waves and unforgettable sunsets, perfect for evening strolls or simply relaxing with a view of the horizon. But what makes Santa Monica stand out isn't just the beach. Its coastal path and sidewalks let you explore the area by bike or on foot, all while soaking up ocean breezes and the laid-back, upbeat atmosphere. After Santa Monica's urban energy, Cannon Beach feels like turning down the world's volume. This is a small, cool-weather town with a distinctly Pacific Northwest vibe. Think misty mornings, towering evergreens, and the steady sound of crashing waves. Its biggest draw? Haystack Rock, a massive 235-foot sea stack listed among National Geographic's most beautiful landmarks in America. Even more special, it's a protected nature reserve and home to puffins that only appear during part of the year. What sets Cannon Beach apart from other coastal towns is its deep commitment to preservation. It's been named one of the 100 best art towns in America, thanks to a thriving arts community that lives in harmony with its stunning environment. In fact, the town has zoning laws that restrict high-rise buildings so the natural coastline view stays untouched, a rare move for a popular beach destination. California isn't just about Santa Monica. Carmel-by-the-Sea is another coastal gem that feels like stepping into the pages of a storybook. Think tiny cottages with sloped rooftops, streets without streetlights, and art galleries on every corner. This town has a personality all its own. One quirky detail: there are no street addresses. Locals pick up their mail at the post office, and directions usually sound like 2 houses past the big pine tree. It's a deliberate choice to preserve the village's intimate, artistic charm. The beach here is famous for its soft white sand and turquoise blue waters, part of the beautiful Monterey Bay. It's also a protected habitat for the California sea otter, a species once near extinction that has made a strong comeback along Carmel's coast. And here's one more iconic fact. Carmel was once led by Clint Eastwood, who served as mayor in 1986. After that fairy tale stop in Carmel, our imaginary voyage sails into the tropical warmth of Naples, Florida, a Gulf Coast town that looks and feels like a living painting, with soft sand, golden sunshine, and a laid-back lifestyle. Naples is known for clean, calm beaches, with crystal-clear water, bright skies, and gentle waves perfect for swimming. or simply enjoying a peaceful evening walk by the sea. The town streets are just as tranquil, lined with cozy homes, relaxed cafes, and small local shops that offer a refreshing contrast to the buzz of big city beach spots. What really elevates Naples is its balanced lifestyle, a mix of casual luxury and peaceful charm that makes it one of the most livable beach towns in the country. We now leap far across the Pacific to Kailua, Oahu, where the turquoise waters look like they've been filtered by the Hawaiian gods themselves. This isn't the busy vibe of Waikiki. Kailua is softer, calmer, and feels far more local. It's the place where many Oahu residents go to escape and experience Hawaii without the crowds. What makes Kailua special isn't just the beach. It's the rare trio of legendary shores in one area: Kailua Beach, Lanikai Beach, and Kalama Beach. Lanikai is often ranked among the best beaches in the world, thanks to its powdery soft sand and unbelievably blue water. Fun fact, President Barack Obama and his family vacationed in Kailua nearly every year during his presidency, because this area truly delivers on premium serenity. It's safe, family-friendly, and a hub for water sports like kayaking out to Moku Nui and Moku Iki, two photogenic offshore islets just a few paddles away from shore. To the northeast of the mainland US, we find Bar Harbor, the kind of coastal town where morning fog rolls slowly over granite rocks, seagulls fly low, and the salty air mingles with the scent of pine forest. Quiet, mature, and full of character. Its main draw is Acadia National Park, one of the most iconic parks in America, literally with its gates right at the edge of town. You can even catch the sunrise from Cadillac Mountain, one of the first places in the country to greet the morning sun. Bar Harbor once served as a getaway for America's elite in the early 1900s. Families like the Rockefellers, Vanderbilts, and Morgans. Their legacy lives on in historic mansions and scenic walking trails they funded inside Acadia. The water here is cold, yes, but that's part of Bar Harbor's unique appeal. Rocky shores, crashing waves, and vibrant marine life like cod, lobster, and puffins that make this place a magnet for nature lovers. Laguna Beach feels like California at its absolute best. Sunny, artistic, and carved with hidden coves that seem sculpted by nature itself. The city has over 30 secluded beaches, each with its own personality, from Victoria Beach with its iconic pirate tower to Shaw's Cove, where glass-clear water makes it one of the top snorkeling spots in Orange County. What sets Laguna apart is its soul. This isn't just a beach, it's a living arts community with over 100 galleries, creative festivals like the Pageant of the Masters, and a commitment to marine conservation through its designation as a marine protected area, keeping the waters pristine. Laguna also has dramatic cliffs that drop straight into the ocean, adding a cinematic feel to every sunset. Each evening, orange and gold reflections ripple across the sea, beautiful in a quiet, understated way.